Good evening. Welcome to News at Night for Wednesday, January the 27th. I'm Colette Linden.
I'm Craig Huckerby. We have another cold night tonight and maybe a couple of other nights too. All that coming up.
As we are on the eve of #Bell Let's Talk Day, the Addictions and Mental Health Association wants to hear from you. I had the pleasure to speak with Libertine Wilson and RJ Renner about the advocacy efforts and the assistance they provide. Please visit the Sault Online and On TV's YouTube page to view the interview in its entirety. I am pleased to share their message and the important work they do for our community.
So AMHA has done a lot of things since it's been running in its last year. We've held a suicide awareness event, held an overdose awareness event, did Coach for Cause, started actions in our community, one for mental health, one for a stage 3 withdrawal facility to be held in our community.
Yesterday's fire on Albert Street brought together a community to help one of the victims. Although he lost one of his 2 cats, he now has much of the items needed to get back on his feet. Sault Ste. Marie Helping Hands was able to provide him with the most daily living items and some furniture. Wendy Gutscher from Helping Hands says she can relate to the victim as she has been through 2 fires herself. As of today, the victim is still looking for a new place to live. He is grateful for all of the help thus far. For more information, please see SiouxOnline.com for the full story. In a request from Sault Ste. Marie City Communications Manager Tessa Vecchio, if you are receiving emails or text messages from the city about your taxes, please do not open or answer them. The JPEG image appears to be a phishing email attempted that the city's tax email address associated with it. This is not an email from the city, and they currently have measures in place to prevent this from happening. Phishing scams try to trick users into handing over personal and banking details to the scammers. The emails received might look and sound legitimate, but the city will never ask you to send your personal information by email or online. If anyone is uncertain, we encourage you to call the tax office at 705-759-5290. If you are ever suspicious of emails, you can call the Canadian Anti-Fraud Call Centre at 1-888-495-8501. The Ontario government is taking additional measures to protect farm workers during the pandemic by expanding province-wide inspections to farms, greenhouses, and other agricultural operations to ensure health and safety measures are being followed. In an announcement made on Wednesday, Monty McNaughton, Minister of Labour, Training and Skills Development, said that the province relies on these workers to ensure our grocery store shelves remain stocked and that families have food on their table. These inspections will help stop the spread of COVID-19 on farms and in our communities. Newly released figures point to a major drop in police-recorded crime during the first 8 months of the COVID-19 pandemic last year. Stats Canada says that 19 police services across Canada reported that select criminal incidents fell by 18% between March and October of 2020, compared with the same period a year earlier. In contrast, the number of service calls rose 8%, particularly for wellness checks and calls for domestic disturbances and mental health. The agency says violent crimes such as assault dropped significantly, while property crime, including shoplifting and residential break-and-enter, plunged amid shutdowns that closed stores and kept people home. The lone outlier to the trend was uttering threats by a family member, which saw a 2% bump in reported incidents year over year. The figures come from 19 police services that serve nearly 3/4 of the Canadian population. On the occasion of Republic Day of India, the Algoma Sikh Association conducted a rally yesterday in support of the farmers in India who have been protesting the newly passed agricultural reforms. Loveleen Sharma was on scene.
I'm Loveleen Sharma from Sault Online ONTV here at the Canadian Khalsa Darbar, which is the Sikh temple in Sault Ste. Marie. The Algoma Sikh Association and the student unions of Algoma University and Sault College have gathered here today to carry out a rally, a car rally to support the farmers in India who have been protesting for over 2 months now against a bill passed by the Narendra Modi government, which they title is anti-farmers. This protest has actually been called as the world's largest strike, and there are many nations where people have gathered to protest against this, including India, Canada, USA, France, Italy, and Germany.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We're in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, and the Algoma Sikh Association in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario is having a rally in support of the Kisaans on January 24th. Seeing the incidents with water cannons and tear gas and Lothi charges is very sad to see on the day that the Constitution was formalized. And their right to peaceful protest is protected by the Constitution as well as the United Nations, and Canada has already spoken on that issue. So we're standing in solidarity. Even though we're out in Northern Ontario, they have support all across the world. Bole Sonehal!
Hi again, everyone. Well, it's always nice to see an abundance of sun on a very cold, wintry day. Didn't warm us up at all, and we are going to stay cold for the next couple of days. And we are monitoring a big system for next weekend. I'll give you all those details coming up. Welcome back, everyone. Well, we had a nice day today. We saw an abundance of sunshine, but we are going to stay cold for the next couple of days, and we are watching a big system. I'll give you all those details coming up, but tonight, temperature is minus 18. That's going to be a cold one. Don't see a lot of wind chill going on. You know, it might be minus 20-ish tonight with the slight winds. Flurries, if there are any, will end later on tonight as those clouds kind of dissipate, leaving us with clear skies. Let's take a look at the radar right now. We can show you there are some streamers coming more stateside, but if the winds do shift a little bit and move it over to the Sault, we could see those light flurries again. We're not expecting a lot of accumulation, maybe a centimeter at most. So we'll take a look now at the overnight temperatures. And again, we are all under that cold high pressure dome, and we are cold. Minus 25 in Thunder Bay, minus 17 to minus 19 here in the Sault, minus 22 along the North Shore. So we are all feeling that cold air. Could be a lot worse though. So let's take a look now at the satellite shot. Again, we have high pressure here. We have nothing really to worry about as far as a lot of systems coming our way. We are watching this one. This is one coming in for Sunday. It's going to miss us, just skirt us a little bit. We may see some flurries from it, maybe definitely some cloud, but the bulk of the storm will hit southern Ontario and the eastern seaboard. Exactly the same story this entire winter. That's what's been happening, but we do see a system coming next weekend. This is for this week, or this is actually for Thursday, tomorrow at 1 o'clock. You can see a little bit of lake effect flurries just from this high pressure system. Really nothing to worry about. This system here is coming in for Sunday. It's going to miss us, hit the eastern seaboard, and then we have another big system that we are tracking for next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday that could give us substantial rain showers, snow showers, and freezing rain and a lot of wind. That's what's packing with this storm right now. So we are definitely tracking that storm for you. So this is the 3-day forecast starting with tomorrow. Again, those flurries could hold on into the morning. Temperature still chilly at minus 8. It's going to feel cold in the morning at minus 18. Minus 11 for Friday, a mix of sun and cloud. Mix of sun and cloud for Saturday as well. Holding steady at minus 11. And then for the 7-day forecast, we are looking like this. For Sunday, we should stay away from that system. I can't see it coming our way, but we are going to see maybe a little bit of flurry activity from it. Temperatures warming up slightly at minus 8, minus 6 for Monday. And we do warm up towards the end of the week as we get to that big system. And that's why we could be seeing substantial rain showers to start with before it all turns back to snow. That's your weather right now. Jacob Moore and Colette Linden are back with your sports roundup right after this.
Have you been drinking more than usual?
Why not go dry this February? With Dry Feb, you'll
help people affected by cancer.
And you can also reduce your own risk.
Go as dry as you're willing to try. Sign up today. It's easier than you think.
Welcome to the new sports segment with Colette and Jacob. Meet Mr. Jacob Moore.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Feels weird being on this side of the desk,
Right?
not gonna lie.
Well, welcome to this side of the desk. Now, before we get busted into sports, we want you to name our new sports show. You send in your ideas on Facebook or an email, whatever you want. Just let us know, and we'll discuss it. We'll discuss it. Hey, Jacob,
Sounds good to me.
All right, okay. Well, I'm just going to kick off some NBA stuff because I'm telling you right now, there's 13 games in the NBA tonight. That includes the Pistons and the Cavs, the Kings and the Magic, the Nets and the Hawks. The Nuggets take on the Heat. The Lakers battle the 76ers, the Celtics take on the Spurs, and there's several other games, but the most important night of the game, most important game of the night is
Raptors.
the Raptors. They take on the Bucks. What's your prediction?
I'm saying Raptors by 3. It's going to be a close game. I know Siakam and Lowry are still questionable. I know
Yeah.
Lowry played last game.
Yeah.
Got ejected in that game, but that's for another day.
That's a different story.
But I still think the Raptors are going to take it. They're looking good. They're looking back to the way they were last season.
Awesome. Now, what are your NBA stories? Let's entertain us, educate us.
So it's something really cool. The NBA and the Players Union are still talking about doing an All-Star game. So this All-Star game would take place either March 6th or March 7th at a historically black college in Atlanta.
Okay.
Now, no matter what happens, we're still going to get an All-Star break. Whether they play an All-Star game, which as a fan, I hope they do.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
the All-Star games. I think they're a lot of fun. The whole weekend's a lot of fun. But if they don't, the players still get that week off, which I think they need just to heal mentally and physically to finish the stretch of the season.
Okay, cool. Now, what about Mr. Magic Man himself, LeBron?
Mr. LeBron. Okay, so on Monday night, they were playing, the Lakers, were playing the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
And LeBron James missed a shot to end the third quarter.
Yeah.
He tried to do a turnaround jumper, at the buzzer beater, hit the rim. He looked straight into the crowd and sees the Cavaliers front office laughing.
And this is his old team. He
This
used
is
to
his
play
old
for the
team.
Cavs.
He was drafted by them and
right.
took that team to quite a few championships.
Right.
So if anyone knows LeBron, he's got swagger. He wasn't happy.
Yeah.
He went out in the fourth quarter, 21 points. 21
In one
points.
quarter.
In one quarter.
That's
Tied
insane.
a record for him.
That's insane.
Just basically, he told TSN Radio he was mad, and he felt that is the best motivation, inspiration to play that kind of quarter.
Well, hey, don't tick off LeBron. That's something you need to learn.
More of the story, kids.
Let's get over to some NHL action, as we are both big Leaf fan and NHL fans.
Go Leafs.
But so the Vancouver Canucks are taking on that other Ontario team. What are they called again?
I don't know, the Wynaders?
Something about the Ottawa Senators. I don't know, something like that. And Chicago's facing off against Nashville. What are your predictions against for Vancouver and Ottawa?
Okay. As much as I would love to see Vancouver win that game, Vancouver's not looking good this year.
They're not.
I mean, Demko's not looking like that goalie he was in the playoffs, and I feel bad for Holtby because they're just not playing that well in front of him.
Yeah.
Ottawa looks good. They're a young team with a lot of talent. I actually don't think Ottawa's that far off. I think Ottawa wins that game 3-2.
Okay, 3-2. You called it. You heard it here first. Now let's talk about this Red Wings player.
Okay, so if we don't know, Bobby Ryan, he actually used to play for the Senators.
Yes,
funny
he did.
enough.
Had
a very shaky season last year.
Okay.
And this guy used to be like an all-star player.
Okay.
Well, this season, the only thing he's shaken off is the cobwebs.
Yeah.
Because he's got 5 points in 5 games, where last season he only had 8 points in 24 games. He was saying to The Athletic that he feels the fresh start is exactly what he needed to play back into his form, and he's excited to keep playing.
Awesome stuff. Well, we're going to have this new segment every morning on our first local morning show. Don't forget to send in some ideas on what to call us. Yeah.
Just shoot a message on Facebook right there in the comments during the live show.
Very good. Well, have a great day.
Whether you put down your phone to be there for your daughter, or pick up your phone to call a helpline for your roommate, when it comes to mental health, now more than ever, every action counts.
Okay, Craig, it's really cold out, but despite that, we're still well below our average snowfall, right?
We are. We should be seeing 75 centimeters to 80 centimeters on the ground. We have maybe 20 to 25 centimeters. We don't see a substantial amount of snow in the next, 7 days, but we are watching a huge winter storm coming our way next weekend.
Okay, thanks for that, Craig. Stay tuned for more news and weather coming right up.